Yesterday, I finished a very stressful finals week in college, so going into the summer, I'm making it my #1 priority to just chill out and relax. You know, there's just so much BS that we have to put up with every single day, whether it be these astronomically high gas prices or people on Mercari ripping out pages of manga and selling them for 20 bucks a piece. But the goal of today's video is to get you to put all that aside and pick up one of these 5 manga recommendations that will help you hopefully just be able to chill out and relax reading manga. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 manga recommendations I personally feel are very chill and relaxing manga reads. We have a pretty good amount of variety considering that in today's videos. Hopefully you guys stick around for all of the recommendations. Some very interesting ones that may surprise you. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. If you guys do, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So without any further ado, let's get right into the first manga recommendation. Now bear in mind that this list is in no particular order or ranking. I'm not ranking them on how chill they are or how, good they are as a whole. In fact, the only reason this one is number 5 is because I've only read 1 volume of it, but that is going to have to be Aria. Now, like I said, I've only read 1 volume of this series so far. In fact, I actually read this last night, but boy oh boy, when I was reading this, I was just so mellowed out, had a big ass smile on my face the entire time. Aria is basically this manga about a girl who takes a trip to a different planet. I believe it's called Neo Venezia. It's basically like this reimagining of Italy and Venice, I guess, on a different planet. It's a really unique and just calming atmosphere, and she basically goes there to become a gondola driver. I guess driver is not really the exact word I was looking for. Rower, steerer, I don't know. And it's basically just this really relaxing slice of life manga. It shows her day to day as she becomes more skilled and practices, the art of the gondola, which is honestly really cool and graceful. There's also a great amount of very quality comedy in this first volume alone. I really enjoyed, just had me grinning from ear to ear the entire time, as well as some very beautiful panels of these wide open waters or these slowly moving waterways that they travel on. Just the architecture as well. The whole atmosphere is pretty immersive and honestly just a treat to look at. I believe that these Aria the Masterpiece editions are still in stock on Right Stuff for probably a very limited time. So if you want to collect Aria, if it sounds like something that'd be relaxing or interesting for you, I definitely recommend it. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be a manga by one of my favorite manga of all time. Is going to be Sunny by Taiyo Matsumoto. Now, out of all the manga on the list, Sunny is probably going to be the most emotional or sometimes somber, I guess. It's by no means something like Goodnight Punpun that's gonna have you, stuck in bed depressed for weeks on end. But there are some pretty emotional and sometimes sad moments in the series. But despite all that, Sunny is still just such a fantastic read that is honestly pretty calming in its own ways. The manga follows this group of kids who are foster kids, I guess. They stay at this place where, the parents drop them off because they can't take care of them. And it basically just follows the kids' day-to-day lives as they're, going to school, playing with each other, just being kids. And even though these kids have had a pretty rough go of it, they didn't have the optimal childhood like I had and maybe some of you guys had, but there's still this air of childhood innocence and joy about this whole series that's very calming. Strewn throughout the series is also a great amount of these very calm, emotional moments, interactions, and reflections. Just such a chill manga, even though it can be a little bit sad and emotional at times. If you're looking for something to bring your blood pressure down, that is absolutely fantastic. I would highly recommend Sunny. Now, coming in at the number 3 spot is probably going to be a manga that you did not expect coming, unless of course you looked at the thumbnail and recognized it. But as I was doing a little bit of research on Reddit for what people thought were the most relaxing manga, I did not see a single person talk about this series, which I think is pretty underrated in the whole calming, relaxing, chill manga category. And that is none other than Takehiko Inoue's Vagabond. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, PromG, isn't Vagabond like a samurai manga about this guy who goes around killing people, slicing them open, trying to be the #1 under the heavens? And yes, that is what this manga is about, but it's about a lot more than that. In the beginning of our story, we follow our main character, Masashi Miyamoto, as he's a young man who wants to become the greatest samurai under the heavens, wants to challenge lots of strong opponents and just kill a lot of people. But as the series goes on, there is a massive shift in character for Masashi. He becomes a lot more reflective, philosophical, and he has a lot more downtime where he's not just killing people like he does in the earlier parts. While there's definitely a good amount of fighting in Vagabond, the way it's done and drawn is just so clean and masterful that's honestly like looking at a painting, which is super relaxing for me personally. If you go into Vagabond for just the art alone, I guarantee you will not be disappointed. These landscapes, The nature scenes that he draws are just so detailed and clean that it's honestly so easy to just admire it and get lost in it for minutes on end. So with these themes of self-reflection and personal growth, as well as the absolutely masterful artwork that you just can't help to stop and admire its beauty, I think that Vagabond is a very underrated manga when it comes to manga series that just have this calming beauty about them. Now coming in at number 2 is a manga series that I actually read only about a couple months ago, but actually made its way into my top 20 manga of all time, and that is going to be Twin Speaker. Now I understand that many of you guys may not have even ever heard of Twin Speaker, which is totally understandable. This series definitely kind of flew under the radar of a lot of manga readers when it was coming out, as to why it's extremely out of print in the physical format. But believe me when I say that Twin Speaker is just a fantastic manga series that definitely deserves your attention. The story follows a girl who is going into college, I believe, to become an astronaut. It's her lifelong dream. Though she is very short, a lot of people count her out, she's very determined and passionate about the stars, so she does not give up on her dream for anything. This is hands down one of the best and most relaxing slice of life manga that I've ever read. You get to see the day-to-day basis of her training and schooling, how she has fun with her friends. There are some pretty sad things again that happen in this manga later on down the line, as well as a supernatural aspect that's very cool and interesting. But this whole series is just so relaxing, especially with these moments where they're just looking up at the stars, admiring the beauty of the world and of space. It's just very calming to me personally. That's something I think is really interesting as well. And overall, this series is just a super underrated, relaxing slice of life manga that I'm sure lots of you guys, if you like my videos and you like my manga taste, you guys will enjoy as well. I highly recommend it if you can find it or if you want to read online. All I know is that more people need to read this absolutely fantastic manga series, Twin Speaker. And finally, coming in at the number 1 spot, we have one of the most relaxing manga series that I've ever read, with a big emphasis on just kind of wandering around in nature and in the world. An extremely serene manga with a very interesting plot to boot, if you can call it that, I guess. Here we have the final manga, Emanon the Wanderer. Here in my hands, I'm holding volume number 3 out of 3 of Emanon. So this is a very short manga series. These only take me like probably half an hour to read anyway, so a pretty quick read, a very low commitment, but it's such a fantastic calming manga series. The manga follows our main character, Emanon here, who is a pretty interesting person because she has memories from life at the beginning of time, like the very first instance of life, that first single cell. She has those memories all up until now. And I won't really get into how all of that works in this particular video because it's just really confusing. You just gotta read it. But as you can expect, Emanon is a kind of lonely girl who basically just wanders across the world, doing whatever she thinks her life's goal is in that generation before she's reborn as this new Emanon. So with that being said, a lot of this manga is just Emanon walking around these different environments in these different time periods, doing whatever it is she's doing. It's kind of a slice of life manga in that regard, but it's just so beautifully drawn. A lot of nature in this manga. I'll show you guys some artwork probably on the screen right now. Just a beautiful looking manga, and just reads wonderfully. Emanon doesn't really have a huge focus on text and dialogue, though there definitely is some sprinkled here and there, but it's mainly focused on just watching this journey unfold, seeing what she's doing and why she's doing it. The first volume in particular is so beautiful, it nearly brought me to tears. Just a great volume, and honestly, a great series that is 3-volume run. Again, a very short, low commitment manga that is now actually back in print after being out of print or out of stock for a pretty long time. So now is definitely time to scoop these volumes and try this series if you're looking for something very calming, very relaxing, and beautiful. Anyways, guys, those are my 5 manga recommendations for calming, relaxing manga that I think you guys would really enjoy, that I personally really enjoyed, had a great time with. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave down in the comments below what are your personal favorite manga series that you think are the most relaxing and chill to read. I know probably Yotsuba or Mushishi is going to show up in there. I haven't read them, so I didn't put them in this video, but I'm sure those are definitely contenders. And if you did enjoy this video, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, this has been ThePromG. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.